Hey, Rival Will here. Hope everyone's having a great day. It has been the most amazing week. Hope everyone else has had a good week. Um, just got back late last night around 10:30, around 10:30. Got back from Orlando, Florida and had spent the week at Disney World and it was incredible. But yeah, what I wanted to do is I wanted to at least go live for a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about the trip because it was really, really fun. And then I was able, long story short, when I first heard about Galaxy's Edge opening at Disney World, I knew I wanted to go for my 30th birthday. And I started like saving a little money because I was like, I'm going to want to do the things. I'm going to want to buy the things that are there. Like it's Star Wars stuff. I want to get the Star Wars stuff. Well, then that year that I turned 30, that's when COVID hit. So I had to delay getting to go for a long time. Um, but that technically meant that I had saved up a little bit more, so I was able to get a few more cool souvenirs and things, and that's what I was so excited about, and that's what I wanted to kind of show what I was able to do. And some of these things I've gotten, but I've not really used yet, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. But I just thought it'd be cool to look at some of this stuff and just kind of go over it a little bit. So, let me just make sure everything's set up in here. No problems. All right, yes, looking good. Okay. Now, yep. Kevin, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see ya. All right. To kind of get started, because I want to kind of go over what had happened, I want to explain this shirt. Since this is a little different. Bry, welcome in. How are you doing? Y'all in here looking. I'm tired. Oh, it's been a long day at work, Kevin. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, welcome in, both of y'all. How are y'all doing? Uh, so, um, I my aunt she works for a college, and she had the opportunity to go to a conference at a Disney resort. So her job paid for the Disney resort, and she was allowed to bring family. And she knew that I'd been wanting to go to Galaxy's Edge back, when it first opened. And she was like, "Do you want to come with me? The room will be comped, and I'll even cover like the park tickets." And I was just like, "I'm down. Let's go. Road trip." Let's see. Considering I just woke up an hour ago, felt that. Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Bri. Did you have a late night last night, or is it just a nice sleep in day? Um, yeah, I'm still working. Long day today. Dang, I am sorry. Man, hopefully this evening will be a little bit better. When you get off, you can get a little rest and relax a little bit. So last week, I went and met up with my aunt, and then we started the long road trip south towards Orlando. And that's when she said, we have to stop at this gas station. It's like a tourist attraction. So we went to Buc-ee's, which I'd never really heard of or gone to or seen anything before. But it is incredible. If you're ever driving and you see a Buc-ee's, you need to go, because it's like a massive gas station, but also souvenirs and food and all kinds of cool stuff. I got this Buc-ee's shirt, and on the back, I want to see if I can make it where you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Hold on. Oh, actually, no, I don't think. I think I'll have to just like turn around. This will be weird. Just go with me. All right, y'all got to see the back of this shirt. The back of the shirt says, "I'm just here for the snacks." So yeah, it was a cool shirt. I was like, I got to get that. That's funny. Let's see. Bryce says, I had a late night, Fell asleep at 4 a.m. Ooh. Ooh, dang, I am sorry, Bri. That sounds rough. I don't know if I'd even be awake now. If I if I'd stayed up till 4 a.m. I might just sleep till tomorrow. Thanks for hopping in. I hope you can get some more sleep tonight. I don't work Fridays usually, but filling in for my coworker and had a long run and drive. Dang, I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, got to go to Bucky's. Got a funny shirt that I thought was cool, and then went to Disney Springs and did a little bit of shopping. Got a Jedi robe. They had Jedi robes. So the next time I do like a Comic Con or something, I'm gonna have the whole costume. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But anyway, when we got into the park at Disney Studios, my aunt had gone ahead and like planned everything and gotten the reservations for everything, and so we had like a day to explore, and then the second day was whenever I had the appointment to build a lightsaber, which I'm going to show off in just a second. And then the third day had the appointment to build a droid, which was so cool. But yeah, I want to show some of the stuff that I got. That was really fun. Let's see, 8 stops only, but 1.5 hour drive to every stop except one. Oh my gosh, you've been on the road all day. I'm so sorry, Kevin. Price, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I'm just running my mouth about my Disney trip because it was just so much fun. I want to talk a little bit about some of the cool like things we saw and the things we ate and some of the amazing rides because there are some new rides. But I just have to jump straight to some of these like souvenirs that I got. Okay, so take a look. Oh, you get this really cool case whenever you build a lightsaber. It's a sleeve. Sheave. No, I don't remember. Anyway, it's a little cool carrying case. It's padded and everything so that it won't get hurt. All right. Now let me get. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So as you can see, here is the lightsaber that I built. It's so cool. If you don't know, what you do is you have to pick one of 4 like paths, and there's only certain pieces that you can that there certain pieces come with each path, right? And so you're basically given 2 different end pieces, 2 different end pieces here, 2 different switches, but then 4 different sleeves here. So this was what I designed. I chose protection and defense, which is kind of like an old looking ancient Jedi lightsabers, which I thought was really cool. And then, isn't it cool? So it's green. And yeah, so that's just the lightsaber. And what I got over here is the cool belt clip. The little belt clip. So that just clips on your belt like so. And then this little piece right here, it just clicks on, and then you can wear your lightsaber as you're walking around the park. And that's what I did, and it was awesome. It was awesome. There were kids like looking and pointing, and then just I could hear them just say, "I want to build one of those." I was like, "Yeah, you do, kid. Yeah, you do. You want to be cool like me." It's rare that I feel that way. So this was a special trip. Alrighty, so that was the lightsaber build, and that was really cool. I'm going to take this apart here in just a little bit because of some of the other Kyber crystals, because the Kyber crystals fit right up in here, but I chose the green one, but I ended up getting a couple of other Kyber crystals of different colors too, because I just thought that would be fun. While we were there, might as well, you know. Alright, here, let's sit that back there. Cool. Alright. Now, this. Yes, the box comes with this. This was one of the first souvenirs that I bought in the park because I saw it and was like, that's real. We have to have this. Right? So, this is the kind of like the Skywalker reforged lightsaber. Reforged because at the end of episode 8, Kylo Ren and Rey are like both trying to pull it with the Force, and then it breaks in two. And then for the final film, Rey has it fixed and everything. So the original one that's not reforged, they've apparently been sold out of that one at Disney World for 2 years. So there was no getting that one. But I still thought this was really cool. It's heavy. It's like actually made out of metal, and it is so, so cool. Now, all the blades, because you can get like the short blades that are like, I think it's like 32, maybe 34, I think it's 32 inches long. That's what comes standard when you build a lightsaber. But they also have 36, which I did get. I did get 36-inch blade too for whenever I do like take this to a like a Comic-Con or something. So, all right, ready? It's so cool. It is so stinking cool. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that is like the Star Wars lightsaber there. So neat. Oh man. As you can tell, I'm still like stupid excited about all this stuff. It's probably a little funny. I'm having a blast. So let me put this back in its case. Woo! I'm so jealous. Kevin, you don't even know the half of it. You don't even know the half of it. I don't think you're ready because this was, of course, the Skywalker reforged lightsaber. That is so cool. I want one. Oh, Chris, welcome in. Thanks for hopping in. Hope you're having a good day. Glad you had a good trip. It was such a fun trip. Such a fun trip. We're not going to talk about money because, like I said, back in 2018, 2019, when I first heard about Galaxy's Edge and everything that was there and everything you did there, I started saving money for this trip because I was like, I'm going to get Star Wars things that you can't get anywhere else while I'm here. So I was going to build a lightsaber like that, and I was going to build a droid, and I knew about the legacy lightsabers that are modeled after, films. So I was like, I'm going to get this. Well, not just this. Huh? So this is Luke's lightsaber. Not the Skywalker lightsaber, Luke's lightsaber. His green one from The Return of the Jedi. Ha ha. I love this. This was because of this lightsaber that I wanted to build a green one because I'd always, Luke was my first childhood action hero, and this was his lightsaber, and oh my gosh. Let's see. Dang, I would love to do the thing where you make your own lightsaber. Ektrick, welcome in. It was a ton of fun. It definitely plan ahead. If you're going to go to Disney World, start saving up a little money for this experience. You need to make the reservation. I think it's something like at least 3 months in advance. At least 3 months in advance. Otherwise, you will not get in. They do not do walk-ups. So luckily, my aunt knew about that and went ahead and put in a reservation for me to be able to do the lightsaber build. And it was so worth it. It was so worth it. It's not the type of thing you could do every time you go to Disney. If you go multiple times, it's not, it's because it's expensive, and it's not the type of thing you'd want to do every single time you go unless you have a disposable income. But no, every Star Wars fan that's also a Disney fan that wants to go to the parks, you've got to do the lightsaber build at least once because it is so cool. It is so cool. But yeah, this is the Luke Skywalker saber. Now, the thing about this one, and I thought this was kind of interesting, was that there's no way for the blade to attach to this end piece. Well, that's honestly because, kind of stepping out of fantasy and into reality, there would be no way for the manufacturers to actually attach the blade in here and for the electronics to work. Well, that is why underneath the covering in the box, they send you another end piece. Right? Here, let me set that right there. So you simply unscrew this. I'll put that right there. You screw this one on. Now, it's the same style, but obviously you can see it's much thicker there. Because of that, the blade can now attach. And in doing that, and it's so cool. All right, and that's Luke's lightsaber. Now, that's all the lightsabers that I got. They had several others. They had things that I was very tempted to get. If I'm being completely honest, I was a little disappointed that the only version of the original, what I've always called the original lightsaber, as in Anakin's lightsaber that Obi-Wan gave to Luke, that was his lightsaber in Episode 4 and Episode 5. And then, of course, the one that's given to Rey in The Force Awakens. I've always considered that to be like the original-looking lightsaber, and I was a little disappointed that that version was sold out, and had been sold out, and they hadn't carried it in 2 years. So I was a little disappointed, just a touch, but the reforged one is still like the same basic look, and it's still a really cool lightsaber, and these are things that I'm so happy to be able to collect. And so anyway, yeah, wait a minute, I forgot. I gotta put that little protector back in right in here. Hold on a second. There we go. All right. So, obviously, we did a lot more than just like shop and everything. We also got to ride a bunch of rides. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Hey, dang, that's so cool. Yes. No, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, saving money is the problem. Got so many things to save for that it won't happen for a while, but maybe one day. No. I totally get that. I was able to get my aunt helped me a little bit because she knew that some of this was kind of a belated 30th birthday for me, because I'll be turning 32 in a couple of months, and I'd wanted to do this back when I was 29 for my 30th birthday. So I'd had several years of kind of looking forward to it and wanting to do it, and of course COVID had gotten in the way. But we were able to go, and it was absolutely awesome. Okay, so before I pull out anything else, there was in Galaxy's Edge, there were basically 2 rides inside of Galaxy's Edge. There was Smugglers Run, which is a ride where you get to pilot, or at least fly, the Millennium Falcon. And that is a really, really fun ride. It's got some quirks to it, but it's a really, really fun ride. The way it works is Hondo, the pirate from Clone Wars and Rebels. Absolutely love Jim Cummings as a voice actor, so I always loved Hondo. He's there, and you see him animatronic and everything, and he's basically hiring you to do a run, like a smuggler run, right? It's called Smugglers Run. And so you are put into groups of six, and you sit in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and the 2 people up front are pilots. The 2 people behind them, one on each side, are the gunners, and the ones at the back on each side are the engineers. And the way it works is the pilot on one side has control of left and right. The pilot on the other side has control of up and down and light speed, right? And then the gunners attack whenever there are enemy fighters around. And then the engineers, they basically push buttons that light up anytime anybody else makes mistakes, and the ship has to be repaired, right? So that's what we did. I got to ride it twice. Got to be an engineer and a pilot, and it was a lot of fun. Your ride experience can vary depending on the other people in your group. Because my very first time riding the ride, I was the engineer in the back, and the people who were the pilots were a mother and her 6-year-old son, and he was having the time of his life. But boy, could he not pilot! We basically just sort of drug the ground the entire ride. But yeah, it was still fun. Kyle B, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. The other ride at Galaxy's Edge is Rise of the Resistance. I really can't go into a ton of detail about the ride because there's so much, and I really don't want to. I want to kind of treat this like a movie. I don't want to spoil Rise of the Resistance. Smugglers Run is a really fun ride. You should do it if you're there. Rise of Resistance is more of an immersive experience that also has a ride element. It is really, really cool. The how the ride works is super unique, super different. The animatronics, because there are animatronics in that ride too. The animatronics in that ride are really, really good. Really, really good. Only got to ride that ride one time because that was a pay-to-ride ride. You could either wait in a 400-minute line, or you could wake up at 6:30 that morning and then basically pay $15 to hopefully get to ride it that day, which we did, and we got to ride it, and it was great. That was the only time we got to ride it, but it was really, 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 really fun. Let's see. The other Star Wars thing that's not in Galaxy's Edge, it's where it's always been, but it's been updated, was Star Tours. That was the other Star Wars ride. I remember Star Tours from when I was a child. We used to go to Disney for a period there. We went to Disney, I think it was about every other year for a couple of years. So for a couple of trips, we at least 2 or 3 times, we got to go to Disney every couple of years. The reason we could was because my dad's old roommate from college used to work there, and he used to get us into the park for free. So we only had to buy May's ticket when she was like 6, 7, and 8. And so we used to go. We used to go with him. He used to ride the rides with us whenever he wasn't on the clock, and it was great. It was a ton of fun. I loved it. Star Tours was a great ride because it's like the old-timey virtual reality rides, right? Where you're in the seat and there's the screen, and the ship that you're in is like on hydraulics and moving around. That's kind of the old school virtual reality ride, right? So the new one, similar design, but now with 3D glasses and with new story, like new destinations that you're going to, right? And what's really, really cool is there are a bunch of different combinations of flights and destinations and places where you could go. So I went about 4 or 5 times, and I got a different combination every time I rode it. So the ride was always a little bit different every time I rode it. That was really, really fun because I had loved the original Star Tours ride. And when I was maybe 12, I'd gotten a toy of the Star Tours ship. Well, they've changed it. So when I saw this after I rode it, I was like, okay, I've got to get the little small Star Tours ship, the new one. So I just grabbed this because it's got R2-D2 up in the top, and he's itty bitty. This would basically fit on your Hot Wheels track practically. A little small die-cast car. But I just thought that was really, really cool. Now, as I mentioned, when you build the lightsaber, and I'm going to kind of take this apart. When you build the lightsaber, they give you a cool pin for which path you chose, and I chose protection and defense. You get to choose your path, and you get the different parts that you can possibly choose from, but you get to choose one Kyber Crystal. And like I said, I always wanted green, so I did green. Okay. Now the other choices you actually can get in the shop. So if you see here, I've taken all the pieces off, and as you can see, the Kyber Crystal goes right inside there, right? Really, really cool. Now, I've already had to take this apart once before, so it's no big deal. Let's set that to the side. All right, I'll put that there. Now, I got several, and by several I mean one of each, because who knows when I'm going to get to go back to Disney World. I got one of each of the Kyber crystals that you can choose from. So we got the red one, yellow, violet, or what I always call purple because I thought it was purple. I got blue, and then white crystal. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. Now, the thing that's really interesting is that they also have Holocrons. Yes, they have a Holocron that you can buy. And of course I got it, because again, when am I going to be back at Galaxy's Edge? Here is the Holocron, right? Now, I'm gonna pull the tab. I've not used this, okay? Now, when you open up this little compartment, you're supposed to be able... Oh, come on now. There's no tape, I don't think. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm supposed to... There we go. Okay. So it's now activated. Okay, what I want to do is I'm really curious what happens when I put my Kyber Crystal in this, okay? Because this was the one that I got for building the lightsaber, right? So we're going to put this in, and we're going to see what it says. And I'm going to learn along with you, because I don't know. Okay. So it didn't do anything. That's fine. We're now going to turn it back on.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
Now, it's supposed to say something about the Kyber Crystal that's in it, I thought. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's try to take it out.
This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed, and our future is uncertain.
Oh, it's so cool. Okay. Huh. Oh. So I had it upside down. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. We're going to put the crystal in again. We're going to see if it'll do something. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay.
Yes, Jedi strength flows from the Force. But beware of the dark side. Anger, fear, aggression. The dark side of the Force are they. Easily they flow, quick to join you in a fight. If once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny. Consume you it will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice.
So I got Yoda's Kyber Crystal. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. Now let's open this back up. Let's see if it'll let me do it without. No, it has to be turned on in order for it to do it. Interesting. Okay. So that...
Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report
I know he's talking, but that's my green one.
with the dark
Okay.
shadow of the Empire rising to take
Now.
their place.
I've already opened the red one because I did this one with my aunt while we were waiting on a boat, because there's a chance that it could be a black crystal. I didn't get a black crystal. We just got the normal red one. So now we're gonna put a red Kyber Crystal into this Jedi Holocron. All right. Now, here we go. Oh, no, come back. That was bad. Here, I'm gonna turn this off real quick. All right, there we go. Nice. All right. So now we're going to check out the red Kyber Crystal. Could put it in. Ooh, okay.
Ah, hard to see the dark side is. Much to learn. You still have. Careful you must be when sensing the future. The fear of loss is a path to the dark side. The dark side clouds everything. Impossible to see. The future is.
Okay. So I thought... it might, like, say something about the Jedi who had that crystal. Okay, so it didn't do that for red. Here, let me turn it off. There we go. Now, what we're going to do to kind of test this out, because I'm a little curious, I'm going to leave my lightsaber kind of taken apart for right now, just so that we can possibly check out and test some of the colors. So anyway, let's go with blue. Let's go with blue. Here, let me open this up. Yeah, it was really fun trying to find a way to open this up at the Disney park. Trying to get this open. Nice. All right. And here we have a blue Kyber Crystal. Now, the color probably won't change much for this one.
Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
So we have Obi-Wan's blue Kyber Crystal.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Well, I'm stuck in traffic, so I can chat for a bit. Well, I understand, Kevin. Oh, here, I gotta do this in order to get the crystal out. There we go. All right, so that was the blue. The blue turned out to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is absolutely awesome. All right, here, let me... Cool. I think what I'll do to maybe save a little time is I'm going to go ahead and just open them all up, so that way I'm not constantly shifting and moving and trying to open up one at a time. We'll just open them all up. We've got the red one out because I'm kind of curious to see what that one's going to look like in my Saber. And that's kind of true. I know what the blue is going to look like because I've already done the the Skywalker Reforged lightsaber. But we're gonna do yellow, violet, and the crystal. I'm kind of curious what the crystal white one looks like. I mean, it's probably just gonna be white light, but I mean that's okay. All right. So this is the yellow crystal. Ooh, okay. That was pretty cool. All right, so that's the yellow. Now we'll do the violet, or what I always called purple, when I first saw Mace Windu's lightsaber. I'm assuming that this one's going to be Master Windu's crystal whenever we put it in, because there's really no one else that, at least in the canon of the films and the show, used a violet lightsaber, unless I'm mistaken. Apologize if I'm incorrect with that. Now, the crystal one. That was interesting. I don't know why it did it that way. There we go. Daggone plastic. All right, let's open this up. Why'd this one have to be the hardest one to open? Like, I don't get this. Here we go. Perfect. All right. And now this is the clear, or the white Kyber Crystal. Okay. So, now that we got them all opened, we're now going to just check all of them, okay? I want to do the red one more time, since I now have a better idea of what's going on. All right, we'll start with the red one. Cool. Put the red one back in. It'll probably be Master Yoda talking about the dark side again. That's okay. All right.
Adventure. Excitement. A Jedi craves not these things. You are reckless.
Ooh. All right. So, we don't have a Sith Lord associated with any of the with the red Kyber Crystal, but now we're going to do the violet one. Okay.
The Jedi didn't seek this war. It was thrust upon us. But lightsabers are weapons, not decorations. We must use them to protect the light.
That was Mace Windu. Okay.
Wielding power for good is a path to wielding power for its own sake. Of all the roads to the dark side, this is the most seductive.
Ooh, okay. All right. So that is the violet one. All right. Now, yellow. Oh, it kind of comes out more green. Okay.
Through the ages, I've seen evil take many forms. The Sith, the Empire. Today, it is the First Order. Their shadows spreading across the galaxy. We must face them. Fight them.
Who is that?
Being a hero is not about success or failure. Being a hero means stepping forward, no matter the outcome. Dear child, I see your eyes. You already know the truth. The belonging you seek is not behind you. It is ahead.
No, it's... Okay, Kevin, no, that's what I was thinking. It's not Rey. It's not Rey. Oh, what's her name? It's the little small alien who first gives Rey the Skywalker lightsaber. What is her name? She's got the big round goggles. Why is she the yellow Kyber Crystal? That is so cool.
I am no Jedi, but I know the Force. It moves through and surrounds every living thing.
Yep, that's her. That's her. I can't think of her name right now. All right, now we come to the clear, the white crystal. Ooh, it turned like light blue.
May the force of others be with you. The force is with me, and I am with the force, and I fear nothing, for all this, as the force wills it. The force is strong.
Okay. Who is this?
May the force of others be with you. The force is strong.
So not a lot of sayings on that one.
May the force of others be with you.
So wait a minute. Is this...
The force is with me.
Is that the guy from Rogue One who kept saying, I'm one with the Force and the Force with me? I'm one with the Force and the Force with me. Is that who that guy is? Okay. I think that might be who that is. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. We're going to put my green one back in real quick just because I'm kind of curious to see if it'll still be Yoda.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
Ooh. All right. So we got Yodas in the lightsaber build. All right. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay. Okay. Now we actually want to test this out a little bit, right? So this should work in spite of not having all the pieces on, because I'm curious what the blades look like with the different colors. All right, so we're gonna try it with the red one first. Oh, come on. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now that we got that in place, we're going to put the switches on, and then it hopefully will still ignite. All right, let's try it. Ooh. And now we got a red lightsaber. Okay. Cool. Nice. All right. So that's the red. Now we shall try. Come on, there we go. Now we shall try the violet one. Oh, there we are. Okay. There we go. Now that's in place. That looks so cool. Okay. Now, put the switch back on. There we go. That one down there. That one up there. All right, now let's see. Ooh, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. That's so neat. Okay, that's the violet. Or Mace Windu's. All right. Let's take that one out. Cool. Now we'll do the yellow one. Come on now. There we go. So now we got yellow. Let's try this one out. Yellow. Okay. That's pretty cool looking. Not gonna lie. That is really cool looking. Okay, cool. Nice. That'll look good with the design too. I'll be able to switch to that one when I want to. All right. Now we come to the one that probably is going to end up being the most, might actually be lackluster, but I'm really interested to see what happens. Like, it's just going to be just clear light, I guess. It's just lit up white, which is fine. I'm just curious what this is going to look like. There we go. Now we need the red piece there, the white piece, or the blue piece there. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so yeah, it's just white light. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Haha. All right, guys, and that is the Kyber crystals. So neat. All righty. Let me put the my green one back in. There we go. Didn't Ahsoka have a clear saber? Yes. Yes, Ahsoka had clear sabers by the time we got to Mandalorian. By Mandalorian. I think Ahsoka's originally were not clear. I'm pretty sure she had green and blue kind of as her two colors. But there we go. Cool. Nice. Now, I'm going to kind of put this back together now. Nice. What was I going to say? The other things that I got to do while I was at Disney World, not all of them were Star Wars experiences. I got to do some of the Marvel stuff they have over there now as well. They have this brand new, like just opened within the last month or a few months, this brand new Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot. And it's basically it's called Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That ride was amazing. That ride was amazing. It might be my new favorite ride in all of the Disney parks. That's including the Star Wars stuff in Galaxy's Edge. I know that sounds like a cardinal sin that I'm saying, but the Star Wars rides were wonderful. They were great. I loved them. But the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ride mixed so many different ride mechanics and technology. It was truly amazing. It was truly an amazing ride. It's a little short. I'm not going to lie. It's a little short. I kind of wish it was maybe about 30 seconds longer, but it was phenomenal. Rise of Resistance is a very close second. Like Rise of Resistance is right below it, but Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, if you're at Epcot, you need to go check that ride out. It is awesome. It is awesome. All right, so that is now set. I've got all these little tubes for the Kyber crystals, but I'm just going to set the Kyber crystals off to the side. There we go. Let's pull. There we go. Nice. Oh, it fell down there. Dang it. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so the other Star Wars thing that I did, obviously, was I got to build a droid. Okay? So the droid that I was going to build. I knew I wanted to build an R2 unit. I like R2D2. Loved R2D2. Always have. I wanted to build an R2 unit. I was thinking that I was going to build R2D2, like the actual R2D2. I thought that's what I was going to build. When we got to the park, there are, of course, the little like vendors and everything set up, and there's like a little speeder that has the cooler down in it for drinks. And of course, Disney is Coca-Cola, and so it was red and white. And at the end, there was a red and white R2, technically R5, but an R2 unit. And I was like, I need to build a Coca-Cola R2. It won't be R2D2, but it'll be a Coca-Cola R2. That's what I need to build. And so that's what I built. So, let's take a look at him, shall we? This was the box that they put him in after I built him. All right. Look at him! Look at him! Look at him. And his little arms will come out like this, right? And he can go around like that. Now, he is hold on. Let me grab this. Okay. Now, I'm going to need to turn this on. There we go. Oh no, did I leave it on? No. Okay. So let's see. No. There we go. Okay. So, this is my R2 droid. All right. So, tell them hello. Oh yeah? Did you enjoy Galaxy's Edge? Now, what about whenever we went to around the First Order and we saw Kylo Ren? Did you enjoy that? Oh no, you didn't? Oh, okay. Well, dang. Okay. Well, no, I'm sorry. Okay. So down here in my lap, I've got the little remote control, and so you can. So what you do is you turn the legs out, and then you point this down, and then he will roll around. I'm not going to do it in here because it just wouldn't work. So you can control forward, backward. You can make him pivot and turn left and right. Then you have the buttons that make his head turn left and right. Right? And then you have the button to make him talk. And he has a bunch of different little voices that he'll say. Isn't it awesome? So anyway, let me put your legs back to where you will sit upright. So the obviously Coca-Like, they have their own logo font inside of Galaxy's Edge, so it doesn't just say Coca-Cola like it normally would. It's got the chopped up, torn up lettering that looks like the Star Wars lettering. So what I'm really hoping I can do is maybe find stickers with that and maybe put those on the top and stuff like that, and really make him a Coca-Cola R2 unit to kind of match the ones that you see when you're in the park. And I thought that was really, really cool. You could also do a lot of other accessories, but since I knew I was buying the Kyber Crystals and the Holocrons, I didn't do a lot of the other accessories. Most likely this guy is going to end up at my school sitting on my desk. Not one of the lightsabers, because that sounds like a recipe for disaster. But this guy will be sitting on my desk at school right next to the Infinity Gauntlet and Pikachu. So it'll be perfect. Alrighty. Now, let's see. Oh, I need to turn you off so I don't waste your battery. There we go. Alright. Turn that off. Cool. What was really neat is when you're building the droid, you get to choose between an R2 unit, which will have the R2 dome, or even the R5, more like a barrel looking shape. So apparently Marvel Studios just posted a video. There's some shorts for Groot coming out August the 10th on Disney Plus. Really? Groot shorts? That sounds awesome. Wow, I'm going to have to look that up. Thank you, Bri. That sounds awesome. But yes, when you build the droid, you can choose between an R2 droid or a BB droid. Or you can apparently do a C series. Now, the C series is, it looks kind of like the R2 droids, but basically it's based on Chopper from Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. So the body's a little bit shorter, the legs are a little bit shorter, but it's more modeled after an R2 droid than the BB droids, obviously. But they have all the different kinds of colors, and you stand at the conveyor belt with a little basket, and you pick out the pieces that you want, and then they've got like screwdrivers and everything for you to put it all together. And it has a standard personality, but you can get different personality chips, and they'll give you different voices. And when we were checking out, my aunt was like, I'm going to buy this for you, this part of your birthday. And so when we were doing it, the guy behind the counter was explaining what all the different chips kind of did. Some were First Order, some were Smugglers or like Scoundrels, and the other ones were the Resistance or the Rebels. And they said, well, these were all the standard ones. He said, however, this chip here has just been released. This one is specifically to sounds like R2-D2. This one sounds like R2-D2. It gives you some more. The standard personality without an extra personality chip is going to sound a little bit like R2, but when you add in the other ones, it'll do like the lowered sounds or higher or different chirps, if you will. But they had a chip that basically unlocked and gave you more of R2-D2 sounds, which are so iconic for me. So that was the personality chip that I ended up doing. And here, I'll actually show y'all. So when you're putting them together, you put everything together, and then the personality chip goes right there. You see that little black, it's technically a dark blue, like a navy blue. But that is the personality chip. I would take it out to show you, but I actually had a hard time putting the chip in, and so the guy behind the counter actually had to help me get that plugged in correctly. So I don't want to break it. So we're gonna leave that alone. But anyway, let's see. We've also speaking of the R2 units on our last day. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of R2-D2 ever since I was a kid. Luke and R2, those were my two favorite characters in Star Wars when I was growing up. Loved C-3PO, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia. I loved everybody, but those two were my favorites. And so we were leaving, and I don't mean we were leaving the park, because we'd already had one full day where we didn't have park tickets, and we just sort of explored Disney Springs again and looked at some other resorts and ate and stuff. But we were leaving the hotel, and we had to stop into the gift shop, and I found this. And it is a R2W50, because what it is it's an R2 that's colored and released to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And I was like, okay, that is really cool looking. So I was like, one last souvenir. What? One last souvenir. What will it hurt? So yeah. That was the stuff. That was the stuff that I was able to get while on the trip. Let's see. I already talked about the different Star Wars rides. I mentioned the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot. That one was also really, really good. Okay, if you're familiar with Disney Studios, with what used to be MGM Studios. It's now Hollywood Studios. There was a ride in like what was modeled after the Chinese theater. You marry you. Kevin, you okay? I don't understand what you're saying. I'll give you a chance to fix that, I guess. You marry you. Okay. You meet any characters? Oh, you meet any characters? Okay. Fat thumbs. No. No, you're fine. Okay, so I did not personally go up and meet any characters, but of course I saw like all the main ones. When we were waiting to be seated. I'm assuming that's his voice text. Never mind. No, Brian. That was actually a good guess. So we were waiting in line at Olga's Cantina, which is like a little cantina, and because there were some little like mocktail, non-alcoholic mixed drinks that they do that we really wanted to try that looked really good. I got a carbon freeze, which is basically like a little mixed drink that has dry ice in the bottom, so it like bubbles when they bring you the glass. But we had to wait, and while we were waiting outside, there were First Order stormtroopers walking up and down the little road we were standing at, and they would stop people on the street and question them. Do you know anything about the Resistance? Where's the Resistance base? And all this stuff and everything. And they kept walking around and like they were talking to kids. It was really funny. And then they went away. And then a little bit later, they came out with Kylo Ren. And his voice was really like you could hear it. And it was like rumbling. And he was just like, he was saying things like, my men said you had information about the Resistance and all this stuff. Now, they didn't come up to me. Otherwise, I might have passed out because that would have been slightly terrifying. I hadn't built my lightsaber yet. I had no defenses whatsoever. So I was just sort of like standing there watching, and they were walking around doing it. So I got to see Kylo Ren and some First Order troopers. I got to see Rey and Chewbacca. Chewbacca was walking around on the other end of Galaxy's Edge. That was really, really fun too. But yeah, I saw those characters. In Disney Studios, like I was starting to say, in Disney Studios, in what looks like the Chinese theater, there used to be a like movie adventure ride, and you would basically, it was a little like train ride, and it took you through different scenes through classic movies. The one part that I always remembered from that ride was when you go through you enter the movie Alien. And you're going down like the futuristic spaceship corridor, and then the alien drops out from the ceiling over your head. I remember that ride from years ago. That ride isn't there anymore. It's now a ride called Mickey's Runaway Railway. And it's a really fun ride. It doesn't have it's not like a thrill ride, if you will, but it is really, really fun. I highly recommend that one as well if you head to the park. Let's see. We did, when we were in Epcot, we also did the Remy's Ratatouille ride in France at the World Showcase. That was a really cool ride because it mixed a lot of like IMAX screens with the almost like free moving cars. It was really, really interesting and a lot of fun too. Sometimes they have R2-D2 or a BB-8 wandering the park. No, they don't. Really? I can't believe I missed that. Oh my gosh, I would have gone up and gotten a picture if I'd have seen R2-D2 or BB-8 rolling around in the park. I promise you that. Let's see. My aunt wanted us to go and eat at a place called Ohana at the Polynesian Resort. It was like an all-you-could-eat thing where they kept bringing food to the table. Had some noodles and oh my gosh, I can't think of what they're called. At any rate, so noodles and chicken wings for like broccoli, and then not egg rolls. It'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, so that was like the first course. Then they bring you chicken thighs, and they bring you steak in teriyaki, and then they bring you shrimp, delicious. Then they brought this amazing pineapple bread pudding. Oh my gosh. My mouth is watering just talking about it. We ate some really, really good food. That's our big thing. Then me and my aunt get together. We like to go, and we both like good food. So we will go and we will find delicious food. Our first day that we got to Orlando, we didn't have Disney park tickets because we left early in the morning. We got in around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were both hungry. We were like, well, let's kind of walk around and we'll make a reservation for a restaurant. We might eat a little early tonight. And we were at Disney Springs, and we went to Raglan Road. It is an Irish restaurant, and they actually have like Irish musicians and dancers that perform during the meal on stage while you're eating. It is so good. they had bread pudding for dessert there as well, and that was really good. It was more traditional with like the golden raisins in it, but it was still absolutely delicious. I had a awesome deep fried bone-in pork chop with an Irish potato cake that had like ham and bacon mixed into it, and this awesome like red wine jus around the edge of the plate, and then this little dollop of a hot chili applesauce. It was a spicy applesauce that you could like basically dip your pork chop in, and it was so good. Oh, it was so good. We ate like kings and queens. It was fantastic. Let's see. Of course, we went to Magic Kingdom as well, and rode all the best rides at Magic Kingdom. Did Big Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain. There's a show there that's a 3D or 4D technically, a 4D show called Mickey's PhilharMagic. Absolutely awesome. It's the 3D movie theater, but they also like blow air, and there's like scents, and they spray water and everything. And that was one of my favorites when I was a kid. But they added a scene in that show from Coco, and you know, with all the colors and the big like 150 feet wide curved 3D screen. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the last thing I guess I'll talk about, and that was the other new ride in the parks that I got to go to. It was an Animal Kingdom, and it was Avatar Flight of Passage. Now, I actually, Kevin, you'll appreciate this. I've actually never seen the movie Avatar. I saw the movie Avatar: The Last Airbender, unfortunately, but I've never seen the movie Avatar. And of course now I hear that there's a sequel that's going to be coming out, but I've never seen the movie. My aunt was like, doesn't matter if you've never seen the movie, you don't need to have seen the movie to ride the ride. And I said, well, I mean, I know the basics about the movie. She goes, well, that'll be fine. You need to ride the ride. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are basically sitting in a saddle, and you're wearing 3D glasses, and like your legs are strapped in. You lean all the way forward, and then the back comes up, and it basically, the brace braces you from the behind instead of like a restraint coming in from the front. It basically, you're leaning up against the front of the saddle, and then the back comes in and kind of locks you in place, okay? And all of a sudden, you're kind of brought out in the middle of this domed screen, kind of like the ride Soarin'. If you've ever ridden Soarin', it's that similar sort of screen. But you're wearing 3D glasses, and you're basically riding banshees, which are these flying, winged lizard creatures in the movie Avatar. I'm sure I'm ticking off any Avatar fans. But what's really cool is where your legs are, you feel it breathing. You feel it moving like as if you were riding a horse, but a horse that flies. And so you're flying through Pandora. I'm assuming that, yeah, you're flying through this. You're flying through past over the ocean, through the trees and caves, climbing up mountains, diving down through ravines. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Oh wow, that was another one of those rides that you were lucky if you got to ride it once, and we got to ride it once. It was so much fun, so much fun. You know, this isn't helping my hunger. I haven't eaten today. Kevin, I'm sorry. Oh, Kevin, I'm so sorry. But yeah, there were several days when my aunt was in her conference, and I basically woke up and went to the park by myself, rode some rides by myself, had a bite of lunch, rode a ride or two, took a break. It would usually rain when I took a break. Wait. You haven't seen the Blue People Avatar? No, Bri, I've not seen the Blue People Avatar. I've not seen the Blue People Avatar. I know. How have I made it this long without having seen it? I'm sorry. I know I'm going to have to watch it, especially now that a sequel's coming out. But yes, it is on my list. I promise. It is on my list, Bri. But so there were several days that I got to go to the park a little bit by myself, and ride some rides. I would take a break in the afternoon usually. It would usually rain for about an hour, which kind of helped cool it down. And then usually my aunt would be done with her conference meetings for that day, would then join me, and then we would go, and then we would do other things. Or we would go to the same park, we go to a different park because we had park hopper. So after 2 o'clock, you could hop to a different park. One day, the day I did the Pandora Flight of Passage, I started at Disney Studios. I went to Animal Kingdom. My aunt joined me. Then we went to, then when that park closed at 8, Magic Kingdom was open till 11 that night. And then we went to Magic Kingdom. We hit 3 parks in one day. I was bushed. It was ridiculous. What's funny is I actually have seen it. Oh, that's funny, Kevin. I would have cried if you hadn't, Kevin. Avatar 2 is coming out this year. That's what I thought. I promise Avatar is on my list, Bri. I promise it is. I've just not had the opportunity to watch it. Like, if it's ever been on a streaming service, I've not been in a position to have been able to watch it, and then it's gone. So, I'm sorry. I will watch it. But yeah, the trip was so much fun. It was really, really incredible. I'm so glad I got to do it. I know I spent a bit of money, but at the same time, I'd saved up money for a while for this trip. So, I'm surprised it's not on Disney Plus. It might be on Disney Plus, now that you say that. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. It's probably on Disney Plus. I know what I'm watching tonight, Bri. It's not Disney, but Disney kind of owns it now because they've got the Avatar Pandora stuff at Animal Kingdom. So I think that means Disney kind of owns it. I thought. Could be wrong. But yeah, that was my trip. And it was awesome. And I don't know when I'll get to go back to Disney again. It'll probably be a long, 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 long time. They'll probably have even new rides and different things. But it was really, really awesome. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is at some point next week, I'm going to maybe take a bunch of the pictures that I took and some of the short little videos that I made. Didn't do too many videos. I was thinking I was going to do a lot. I really didn't do too many. But what I might do is I might make a fun little vacation montage video that just has some of the pics and videos of the things that I did and some of the food that I ate. I might throw it up here on the channel too, so that so you can see some of the cool stuff that happened. But yeah, that was a trip, and it was amazing. I really hope I get to go back to Disney World again someday. Hopefully, won't be too long, but it'll probably be a while. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to sign off there. I'm not sure when I'll go live with a video game. If I play anything tonight, it'll probably just be for fun. Not gonna lie, I'll probably just play. I might play some Pokemon Unite for fun. I've been seeing things on Twitter here or there whenever I've been waiting for a bus. Community Disney trip. I'm not opposed. I am not opposed. But yeah, I might play some video games tonight for fun. Might stream something tomorrow morning. We shall see. If I do stream anything, it'll probably be some Jedi Fallen Order, because now that I've got my own lightsabers, I am ready. I'm ready, Cal Kestis, to wield those lightsabers, and we're going to win this game. But thank you. I mean, it is the 1 year of Unite. It is. I know Ariel would be down. Yeah. That's true. I might do Unite tomorrow morning, Bri. That's fair. I'd like to play some Unite just for fun tonight, but I don't know if I'll stream it. We'll see. I'm going to see how I feel after I eat something. But guys, thank y'all for listening to me rant and ramble and show off all the cool stuff that I found while I was at Disney World. It was truly amazing, but y'all are even more amazing. Thank you for listening to me run my mouth for an hour and 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Get all those 1 year achievements. Yes, I did see that. I saw something about that. I'm going to, like I said, I'll probably play the game for some fun, just for fun tonight, Bryce. So I'll probably be reaching out, at least, or you might see me reaching out in the server to see if anybody wants to join in a game. But guys, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for listening. Hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for being my entertainment for 1.5 hour drive. My pleasure. My pleasure, Kevin. Hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see y'all real soon. And as always, remember who you are. Bye, guys.